Hey everybody, my name is Lex. I'm the owner of Whispering Waters, and what I like to do is take things from spirituality and or spiritual gifts and bring them down to the physical and normalize them and expose the truth about them. And so today I want to talk about the movie Insidious 3. I don't typically watch scary movies. My son was watching this, but there was messages that came through when I got to the end. One, I literally said, what a hell of a way to go through some shadow work. And number two, it made me really think about like how our reality is set in tone on the thoughts that we have. You know, the things that we visualize and place in our minds and then create in our reality. And things like that particular movie that are taking the understanding of what spirit is and communication with spirit, which essentially is also communicating with yourself because you're a spiritual being, and putting fear in that and stating that this is a fear mongering type of thing. When in actuality, what was going on in that movie was this young girl had been wounded in abandonment and lone and just sadness because she lost her mother. And by embodying that frequency, she attracted the same type of frequency of an entity that was in her building, that of a person who had died of the same type of wound. And so in turn, because of how lonely this entity was, and because of how open she was to wanting to communicate with her mother and wanting to heal from this and feel better, this thing attached to her. And this thing, in the sense of attaching, I just mean that like it was around her, you know, just like energy's all around us all the time. And because it was comforting her in the state of frequency that she was sitting in, it was also taking away from her physical life, which is essentially what depression and sadness does, and despair. And so by her facing the wound that she had with this entity and acknowledging what it was doing and saying no more and removing and pushing it away and giving, you know, saying, I don't want you near me, it went away. It went about its business. And that's a very light way of putting all of this. But my encouragement to all of us is that when it comes to these entities or things that we think are attached to us or that they're demons or whatever, use those words very lightly. Educate yourself on what that actually is. And ask yourself, like, when something is around you and it's bringing forth these emotions, this frequency, these thoughts, what is that and where is it coming from? Is it something that you have a wound of that maybe have been hidden in your subconscious that because